Well, folks, it's Randy Wicker, and I'm coming home. I'm here for a few days to cover the Latino Pride event and the Gay Pride in Washington, D.C. But someday I'll be coming here to stay permanently at the Congressional Cemetery, and I'm going to go out and sort of show a video of my friends where I'm going to be laid, my ideas for what kind of a memorial I want, and some highlights around this incredible historic place. So let's go and see what's happening. What's happening in the cemetery? This is the entrance. I have literature on about 15 or 20 different tours they give here for everything from veterans. I think they even have a gay history tour here. Well, maybe I'll make that one as well someday. But this is the entrance plot, the entrance aisle, and the famous military people here. They're congressional people. There's John Edgar Hoover, Leonard Matlovich, Tillotson, the founder of the Boy Scouts. Come on, we got a lot to cover. I know I'm going the right direction. You know why? You see over there, you see that metal fence? See that metal fence way in the distance around the white tombstone? That, I'm almost certain, is the grave of J. Edgar Hoover, the director of the FBI, who was supposedly a closet cleaner and homosexual who lived with another man who they called the Twins for 60 years and had the goods on everybody in Washington. And he's right down from the next tombstone we're going to visit, which is Leonard Matlovich, one of the great American heroes for gay people and for America as well. This is the resting place of Leonard Matlovich, who made Time magazine when he challenged the military and somehow settled out of court for some unknown sum of money. But he challenged the Army's policy on the military and became a national hero to gay people. Then he went to San Francisco, where he was lauded. Oh, our hero, Leonard Matlovich. And the AIDS epidemic broke out. And like I did in New York City, Leonard Matlovich in San Francisco said, too many people are catching this damn disease. We should close orgy houses and backroom bars and baths where people have anonymous sex in clusters. You know, there are too many people. This is deadly disease. It's pandemic time. And he suddenly won from me in the great honor. It was a very controversial thing because everyone, oh, don't close the baths. Oh, we'll just have sex education. And there was a legitimate argument there. But I personally had too many friends that used to go to the bath houses or the backroom bars all pre-lubed for sex. And they were the first ones that died of AIDS. But this man not only challenged it says, when I was in the military, they gave me a medal for killing 2 men and a discharge for loving one. And you know, folks, there's something here it says here, if you have done nothing to erase prejudice, wherever it exists, best weep for yourself and your country. That's a statement. Never forget, never again. And what I think is so charming about this site, the people that run the Congressional Cemetery have told me it's probably the most commented upon, most viewed, most visited. It's a site that most people are most impressed with in the entire cemetery. So I'm up against stiff competition, folks, really stiff. I don't think I'm going to be ever beat Leonard Matlovich, but I'm going to try. So now we'll go see J. Edgar Hoover. There is another gay veteran right opposite Matlovich's grave here. And when I was here, they were talking about having a collective burial site over here for veterans where they could have their ashes buried communally together with other gay veterans. That's a gay veteran here. Now, folks, I want to add a little serious talk about a protest being held on October the 10th, Saturday, at 2 p.m. at the Congressional Cemetery, which is about 18 blocks from the Capitol building in Washington. And it's called Leonard Matlovich and the Don't Ask, Don't Tell protest. You can see here we are looking at the screen of a really great website. I'm going to give you a real quick tour of it. On the left-hand side of the site, you'll see a listing of things Don't ask, don't tell before and after happened to be of great interest to me. The current policy is called don't ask, don't tell. You could be discharged simply for being gay. Some superiors and fellow officers looked the other way. Some identified as gay were sent into combat, then discharged. Stop-loss games were often played. Linguists, pilots, and other highly trained specialists critical to national security were kicked out. Pentagon research had proved all this was unnecessary. Actually, they kicked out about 20 or 30 people that spoke Arabic, where we really needed them in Afghanistan and Iraq to protect our troops. Now, the explicit ban on gays goes back to policies developed during World War II. It was the focus of the first gay protest demonstration, as shown in the pictures that left, courtesy of one of its organizers, gay rights pioneer Randy Wicker. It was held at New York City's Whitehall Induction Center in September 1964, 5 years before Stonewall. While abuses in addition to discharge, such as confinement to a military mental ward, are virtually never practiced today, don't ask, don't tell, is really little more than old wine in new bottles with a catchy label. Mainstream media, even some gay media, mindlessly and inexcusably echo Pentagon propaganda when they say things like, under don't ask, don't tell, gays can serve in the military, they just have to be in the closet while they're on duty. This charade that dates back to 1993 Summer of Shame is just as dishonest and reprehensible as it was the first time it was played. Now, these are pictures. There I am, Army Invades Sexual Privacy. That's Craig Rodwell, founder of the Oscar Wilde Bookstore. There's a straight member of the League for Sexual Freedom. And there's Renee Capio saying homosexuals died for the U.S. too. You would think we were living in Russia or somewhere. You see the witch hunts that's going on. They have legal advice here. They give a number and groups for veterans or people that are in the service to contact. And most interesting, they say don't sign anything, don't say anything. And also, you have to be very careful with your computer. They can seize even a home computer. Be aware that if you're using a government computer, server, or telephone, you may be monitored. And they have details about how to protect yourself. There's what I'm looking for, right here. The do's and don'ts of online profiles and chat rooms. Do use a pseudonym or screen name and avoid disclosing your identity. Do make your web page private or restrict access to it. Do not choose an email handle or screen name that has any sexual connotations or lesbian or gay overtones. Do not use a military email address for your profile. Do not access online personal ads or similar websites to a military computer at any time or even through a personal computer during duty hours. Do not mention the fact that you are in the military in your personal profile in chat rooms or other online forums. Do not show photographs, especially not in uniform, or descriptions of tattoos or identifying information. Do not tell friends in the military that you have an online profile. Do not submit your profile to be a featured member, and do not use online video chat features. I mean, they can seize even your personal computer. If you use it off base, technically they're not supposed to be able to seize it. But if you have a computer off base and you bring it on base and you use it, once it's on base, they can seize it and then search through everything in your computer, including deleted files, to see, and then, on an anonymous accusation, it all comes down to whether the commanding officer is out to get you or not. If you're on good terms, you happen to have a decent guy who's a commander officer, you probably won't be harassed. But boy, if you get someone who's a homophobe, you got your hands full. When you see what they can do to you on this site, you will really be ready to go. Go to Washington to the National Equality March this coming weekend, which is on Sunday, the big march, Sunday, October the 11th, 2009. But meanwhile, do visit Matlovich.com, LeonardMatlovich.com website, and find out all this information about Leonard Matlovich, and also especially about the protest memorial service being held at Congressional Cemetery this coming Saturday at 2 p.m. I'm sorry this is sort of a hastily thrown together promo, but it's all I have time to do at this moment. I hope to see you there. This has been Randy Wicker. Thank you for watching.